testing. And then make a note of this particular description. Write with the new heading, mention the API testing or web services testing, and make a note of up to that particular highlighted one. Just make a note of up to that particular highlighted one. Just continue up to that particular highlighted one. All online students also, just you can continue up to that particular highlighted one. Just continue up to that particular highlighted one. Then after that, just continue the same. The heading is not required. This heading is not required. Just continue this particular description. This particular heading is not required. Just continue this particular whole description up to that particular highlighted one. What you have been already written, just continue the same up to that particular highlighted one. Just continue the same up to that particular highlighted one. Just continue up to that particular highlighted one. Done. Okay, right. Let's understand what exactly mean by this and how exactly we can take care about these particular things. Previously, we need to begin take care about in working that particular aspect of functional testing. Continued with the same, we need to begin take care about this particular non-functional testing. As part of this particular non-functional testing, we need to begin take care about in understanding this particular aspect of API testing. Let's take care about in understanding what exactly mean by that particular API testing and how we need to begin take care about this particular API testing. Previously, you got take care about having with that particular PDF file related to manual testing, and then you got related to automation testing. In the same way, related to this particular API testing, and then that particular database testing, and then performance testing. Related to that particular API testing, and then taking with database, and then taking with performance testing. All that particular things which has been available in this particular PDF file that has been uploaded in that particular Google Classroom. So you got manual testing notes, and then Selenium, and then taking with that particular API testing, and then you will be able to see database testing, and then you will be having with that particular performance testing. All the things has been documented. All the things has been documented in that particular respective PDF file. So now if you refer that particular Google Classroom, you will be able to see that particular PDF notes. Okay. Now, first, before going to this particular API testing, before getting started with API testing, first we'll understand that what exactly the meaning of web service, or what exactly the concept of API. API testing, perfectly okay. But before going with API testing, first we'll understand that what exactly the concept of API and why this API has been came into the picture. First, we'll understand that what exactly the concept of API, and after that we'll understand the meaning of API testing and how we can perform API testing. We'll take care about all those concepts here. Okay, let's see that why the concept of API has been came into the picture. For that, according to our understanding, what is the full form of API? What is it? Application Programming Interface. If I'm taking with this particular API, in simple, the full form of API, we need to be get mentioned that application programming interface. I mean, It is not like in a tool. If I take with Selenium, that we can say the tool. But if I just consider this API, it is clearly mentioned that it is one kind of application which has been taking care about the programming interface. What exactly mean by that? What is the meaning of that particular concept? Let's take care about in the very simple way, in a very simple understanding. You guys has been very well knowing about the concept of what is it? Uh, what is it? Google Map. You guys has been very well knowing about it. Knowing or not? Using or not? Testing? No, you are not tested. You have to test it. Okay. See that. You guys has been very well knowing about Google Map. What is the use of that? Uh, to find location, particular address or particular location. Okay. That part perfectly okay. Apart from that, you guys has been very well knowing about some of the apps. I mean, you have been utilizing some of the app related to cab service. What are that apps? Uh, that you got in a Ola, you got Uber, Rubber, lot of things are there here. Okay. You can take care about all that particular things. Apart from that, you guys has been knowing about using the most favorite apps. That if you take with considering the mention, what is it? That you will be knowing about Swiggy. That Swiggy is there, Maggie is there, Tomato is there, Zomato is there. Lot of things are there here. Okay. You guys has been very regularly using about all these things here. Okay. That part perfectly okay. See the concept now. If I'm taking with all these particular things, is that Google Map has been introduced first or these apps has been introduced first? Google Map or these particular apps? Google Map. Google Map has been introduced first in the market and considering that a very successful product here. Okay. That part you are very well knowing it. Now let's come to the concept. Let's go with cab service. As an example, this Ola company or the cab service. If you want to start that cab service company, what exactly you record? If you want to start that cab service, you want to start your own company, what do you record? Location. You want to start the business of cab service business, like an example of related to that Ola, you want to start Bola. Then what you want to do or what you require? Cab is required. Okay. Only cab is required. Petrol is required. Okay. Cab is required, petrol is required, driver is required. All these things are different part. The very first thing, map has been required. Yes or no? Either it has been Google Map or not, that is a secondary. First thing, if you want to start any of these kind of business, first you have to take care about in getting started with the map. Map has been required. Let's assume that Google Map. If I'm taking with Google Map, on which basis it will be working? Google Map on which basis it will work? దేని బేస్ చేసుకొని వర్క్ అవుతుంది? ఇంటర్నెట్. If we have internet, Google Map will work. Yeah. You guys are using Google Map or not? On which basis you are getting that location? A locations తన్ని దేని బేస్ చేసుకొని వస్తుంది? Google. What is it? Satellite. The main target is satellite here. That software, internet, all those things are secondary. If I'm taking that particular Google, that Google team already they done all the activities. That satellite rights they have been purchased. All the things they have been done. The back end work they have been done. After that, they have been introduced this particular Google map into the market. That part okay. See the concept now. This map need to work based on that particular satellite. As an example, if this Ola company, if they want to introduce their own particular map, first they have to purchase that satellite rights. They have to design the software. They need to design the algorithm. They have to go with development. They have to go with the testing. Lot of activities need to be done. After that, they need to be get start their respective business. Their main target, cab service. But to start that particular cab service business, they have to take care about all the activity of related to the map. So purchasing that particular satellite rights and then designing that algorithm and then development, all the testing, further updates, maintenance, all these things are not like in a very small activity. They have to spend lot of budget. They need to take lot of resource. They have to do lot of work they need to done related to that particular map. Because of that, what these guys has been decided, rather than coming up with their own particular map, they have been started looking to the companies or looking into the products which has been already available in the market. By that, these people, rather than developing or designing their own particular map, these people has been started approaching with Google team. And then they are, see the concept here, all these particular people started approaching this particular Google team, and then they are asking the Google company to provide service of the Google map. See the understanding here. They are not asking for to sell the whole product of Google map. They are not asking that will purchase the whole product of Google map. These people has been discussing with the Google team in providing service of the Google map. Because of that, it's like a mutual benefit of the business. Because these particular cab service people, are they asking for the whole product of Google map? Are they asking to sell the whole product of Google Map? No. What they are asking for? They're asking for service. Because of that, the Google team gotten a benefit of, as they are not selling the whole product, they are not selling their algorithm, they are not selling their logic. All the things will be with Google team only. Just they are providing service of that particular Google map. By that, the product will be with Google only. Their logic, their enhancement, everything they can do. Just they are providing service to that particular respective companies. By that, the Google team will have an advantage. Along with that, because of utilizing the service, they can take some charges, their business revenue will be increased. Along with that, these cab service people, is that they are purchasing the whole product? Is that they are purchasing the whole product? No. What they are purchasing? Only service. Because of purchasing the only service, they doesn't require to pay the whole amount also. Some amount, what exactly the service they are using, they can pay some less amount and they can utilize that service and they can start their business. By that, that particular companies also will get benefit, because that particular companies, they don't have any headache of related to the map, how it's need to develop, what are the enhancement. They are not worried about it all. Just directly they will utilize the service and they will continue that particular respective business. By this, Google team got benefited. At the same time, these particular companies also got benefited. So they will take that mutual understanding, and then both the people got benefited and they will be continued their particular business here. Now, that particular service, in case of hardware, no issues at all. The best example, as you guys are very well knowing about, you guys ever knowing about Ola bikes? Ola bikes. What is the use of that? Not electrical, about Ola bikes. I think now it turned out. Previously, you have an option directly, you can take the Ola bike. I'm not talking about the ride. Ride is in a different one. By your own, you can go to the respective stop. You can take that Ola bike. You can utilize it according to your comfortable. You will be paying some charges and then again you will be hand over to the bike to them. It's not like you are purchasing the bike. Is that you are purchasing the bike? You are not purchasing the bike. You are just utilizing the service of that particular Ola bike here. Because of utilizing that service, you doesn't require to invest the huge amount. With the less charges, your work will be completed. You will get benefited. At the same time, as you paid some charges, that particular Ola company also getting benefited. That is like Ola bike is in a hardware. You are using the bike, you are completing your work. But this is not like in a hardware. This is like software. So they need to take care about providing with the service by taking with the software. So how exactly that particular service can be provided? How exactly that particular service has been provided? To get provide that particular service, it has been came into the picture of the one it has been came into the picture. What is it? Web. If I'm taking the meaning of the web, what is the general meaning of the web? The general meaning. Website, okay. Apart from that, meaning of the web. What is it? Internet. The meaning of the web. The meaning of the web is internet. That is how the terminology has been provided as website. You can consider any website. Any website will be working without internet? No, it's mandatory of internet. That is how you have in a terminology. Website. Meaning is any websites are working based on internet only. That means this particular service has been provided by taking the help of internet. This Google team, this Google team, what they will do for Ola company or Uber or any other company in the internet, in the URL, they will take care about in providing some particular ID. For example, that Ola company, they'll create one ID. That Uber, they'll create one particular ID. The one, sorry, the one who has been utilizing that Google map for each and every particular company, they'll generate one ID. Because of that reason, you can cross check that any URL working with the Google map, you will be able to see one particular ID. With that particular ID, the Google company will be tracing who are all the people has been using their particular Google map. So here, this is how all these particular businesses been came into the picture. Now, if we just understand, taking care about this particular one, if I'm just taking care about all these particular things, the whole concept is we got Ola company and Google map. Nothing but Google company. Is that both the companies are same? Is that both the companies are same? No. Ola company is totally different. Google company has been totally different. But these two companies has been connected with the help of web service. These two companies has been connected with the help of web service. This web service, our previous terminology. For the web service, the updated terminology is API. So that is what your concept of API has been came into the picture. That is what the full form of API. Application Programming Interface. Google Map, can we consider one application? Yes or no? This Ola, can we consider one application? These two are same applications? Same applications or not? No. Two different applications has been connected with one interface. That is how your API has been came into the picture. Google Map technology is totally different. Ola company technology is totally different. Two different technologies, two different business has been connected with one particular API. That is how this API concept has been came into the picture and came into the market. These kind of technology, this kind of possibility is not there in the very starting days of our IT market. That is how in a starting days, the technology, one tier architecture, and then slowly it has been moved to two tier architecture. After that, three tier. After that, enter. There is no fourth tier. Enter. One tier, two tier, three tier, entire architecture. What is mean by that? You will understand. According to our IT technology, in a very starting days, one tier architecture, all the softwares, all the applications, one-tier architecture. At that particular time, there is no possibility of these kind of concept. It's mandatory that you need to purchase the whole project or the whole product and you have to install that software in your system. There is no concept of utilizing the service. Once three-tier architecture, once three-tier architecture has been came into the concept or entire architecture has been came into the concept, all these API technology has been introduced. Once API has been introduced into the market, lot of new business came into the picture. Your simple understanding. Before Google Map is not there. Do we have the cab business? Do we have this online food business? No. Once this Google Map has been came into the picture, in the starting days also, we are not having these things here. Once this API concept has been introduced, slowly all the IT has been increased. That is how you guys has been able to see that the IT market has been increased. Lot of new businesses has been came into the picture. If you want to understand this concept in the very simple way, very best way, you guys has been very well knowing about manufacturing industry. Best example, your car manufacturing, your Maruti or Hyundai, the Kia or BMW, whatever it can be. If we go with any of these companies, are they manufacturing the whole vehicle? Let's assume this Maruti. Is that this Maruti industry has been manufacturing the whole vehicle? No. What exactly they are doing? What exactly they are doing? Assemble. This Maruti industry, they are purchasing the engine from the different company, body cover from the different company, the tires from the different company, everything they are purchasing from the different companies. These people are just designing the vehicle. These people are taking care about the vehicle design. According to that vehicle design, these people are assembling the vehicle, keeping their logo, and then they are releasing into the market. That means if we look into the concept of this automobile or the manufacturing business, the success part of manufacturing business is if we cross check with any of the manufacturing business, it can cross check that they are not taking care about to do everything by their own. They are giving an option for other people. If I just consider this Maruti industry, they are purchasing the engine from the different company that people benefited. Body cover from the different company that people benefited. Tires from the different company that people benefited. As these many people got benefited, this Maruti industry, just they are purchasing, they are assembling the vehicle. The time has been saved for this industry. This Maruti company, time has been saved or not? The time, manpower, lot of things it will save. These people also benefit. That means if we want to be get success in the life or success in the business, what is the logic? What is the logic? You have to think about other people's success, then automatically will get success here. That is what the only logic in the business or in the human life, whatever it can be. Whenever you guys are practicing, it's not like only your program is working. Your friend program also need to work. Then only will get the job here. So that is what the only success in the life or success in the business or whatever it can be. Always think about other people's success, automatically will get success here. You can cross check any kind of business. That is the only secret. That is the only logic. You can do the Google, you can search in YouTube, you can cross check any business. That is the only concept here. Because of that reason, you can cross check this manufacturing industry. Once that concept, that business came into the picture, they never look into the back. Even in our pandemic situation also, that manufacturing business is having high demand only. Because if we look into any of that particular companies, they are not at all worried about taking care about only that people need to do all the things here. Whenever the people has been started thinking about they need to get success, everything they have to do, that business will get slowed down. If you want to cross check, you can cross check that. So the people who has been thinking about like other people benefited automatically, that person also will get benefited. That is what your concept of API has been introduced into the market here. Whenever you are taking with this particular IT industry, in a very starting days, there is no concept of API. But now, in this current industry, lot of APIs are available. N number of IT companies are there who has been developing their own APIs and giving with the business to other people. Best example, if we look into our mobile, in your mobile, you guys are able to see weather information. Weather information, that is one API. Your mobile company has been taking the discussion with them. They purchase the API integrated to the mobile. If you consider the cricket live score, previously, what is the official website for the cricket live score? Cricket live score official website, Crickbus, Crickinfo. These two are the main official websites in giving with the live score here. But nowadays, you doesn't require to get open that website. If you open your mobile, able to see the live score? Yes sir, no guys. You're able to see the live score. This mobile company, already they done with the connect with them. They develop one API team making the connectivity and they had been implemented. Along with that, still if you want to understand, in a very simple, the best example from the Naresh IT is that you are getting the messages related new batches. You're getting or not? For a mobile, when is my new batch? Uh, uh, when is the new batch? There is no new batch at all. I mean, whenever this new batches has been started, you guys will get in a communication. For these many students, sending the email or message individually, is that an easy thing? Is that an easy to send in a message for individual persons? No, because of that Naresh IT, they purchase one API related to the messages. They will download the mobile numbers, upload the mobile number in one single shot. They will send the messages to all the students here. So they purchase that particular API. By that, these people got benefited. Who designed that API related to the messages? That company also got benefited. That is how nowadays in a IT, why the people are saying that IT job is very easy. In a starting days, everything need to be developed from the scratch. But now the IT job, not like you have to go with everything from the scratch level. Everything already available. Lot of APIs are there. Everything available. Just you have to take it. You need to integrate it. and then execute it and deliver it. Your work will be very easy here. So in this way, we got a flexibility because of these particular APIs here. That is how the concept of API has been came into the picture and came into the market. That is what it has been clearly saying, that interface between two different applications. If I'm taking with concept of API is interface between two different application. Whatever technology in a very starting days need to be connected with two different projects or two different products with the same technology, but slowly lot of changes has been done. Assume that Google Map like developed in Java, this all are developed in .NET, two different technology, but these two things can get connected with the one API even though different technology. That kind of flexibility, that kind of changes has been came into the market. So this is how the concept has been, API has been introduced in the market. That is what the concept of API. So the whole conclusion, concept of API. What is the full form of API? Application Programming Interface. That means interface between two different applications. How it is working? What is that interface? That particular communication, how it has been done. That communication need to be done with internet. With the help of internet, it will be sending requests and then it will be getting a response. So how it has been done? What exactly that web service has been done? Whenever in your mobile you got to open the Ola app, once you got to open the Ola app in a backend through API, immediately it will send one request to this particular application. It will give response to this particular application. That is what taking with the communication. That API is working based on request and response. Sending the request to the server, getting the response from the server. So the concept of API is sending the request from the server, getting the response from the server. Because of that reason, if you guys want to cross check that in your mobile, assume that there is no mobile data. Without having mobile data in your mobile, can you open the Ola app? Is that Ola app will be working? Without having the internet, is that your Swiggy app will be working? No. It's mandatory that mobile data has been mandatory. The reason all these business, all these applications are not like individual applications. They got in a connectivity with different companies, different projects. They got in a connectivity. Because of that reason, internet has been mandatory. If we look into best example, in your mobile, calculator app will be there. Calculator. To open that calculator app, do we require mobile data? Mobile data. Do you require or not? No. You will have the contacts app will be there. To open that contact apps, do we require internet? Do we require mobile data? No. Why it doesn't require? Why it doesn't require? Those are individual app. When you open the calculator, that is an individual application. it is not having connectivity with any other application. As that is an individual application, internet is not like mandatory. Whenever it got a dependency with other company or other application, your internet is mandatory. So that is how this API concept has been came into the picture. Now, two things you need to understand. First thing, meaning of API, application programming interface. The concept is working as a interface between two different applications. First concept. Second thing, if you take with API, how API is working? What is it? By sending the request and getting the response. API is working with the help of internet by sending the request and getting the response. So now that is what the two things of API. That is what the concept. But our target, as we are considered developer or tester, tester, as part of tester, as part of API testing. How API has been developing, that part we are not worried. How that API is working, I mean developing, we are not worried about at all. Our target, testing. We have to take care about in doing API testing. As part of API testing, what need to be done? In simple, if I'm taking with API, whenever you are taking with the API, how API is working? How that API is working? Based on request and response. API is working based on request and response. That means concept of API testing, we need to test that request is correct or not and response has been correct or not. If I'm taking with that particular API testing, what exactly you have to test as part of API? You have to test that request is correct or not. In the same way, response is correct or not. So concept of API testing, the concept of API testing, request is successful, response is successful or not. That is what your concept of API testing. But how we can send a request, how we can get response, how to send the request and how to get the response. For that you are taking with URL. For sending with the request, getting with the response, your URL has been playing with a very important role. Whenever you are working on functional testing, you're taking the URL as part of functional testing. Once you enter the URL, you're able to see that UI, meaning of UI, user interface, that visibility is there, that you are testing that. Now you can understand why we are saying that this is functional testing. The text box functionality working or not, or checkbox functionality, button functionality, that functionality working or not. But as part of API, as part of that particular API, It's not like in a functionality. You are taking care about in testing that that request is working and the response has been working by taking the help of URL. You are using the URL, but there is no concept of UI. There is no concept of UI. As there is no UI, as a tester, how I can understand, how I can decide my request and response has been correct or not. As there is no concept of UI, how I can decide, how I can confirm that there is, whether the request and response has been correct or not. To decide that, to confirm that, you are taking with the help of status code to confirm that your request and response has been correct or not. As a tester, you are taking with the help of status code. Assume that you are doing the testing. How to do that you will understand. While doing this particular testing, you got in a result. You got in a status code. What is the status code? Oh. See that. What is the status code? 200. Whenever you are doing the testing, in the result, in the output, if you get the status code is 200, then you can consider request is okay, response is okay. Or you can consider that request is successful and response has been successful. Other than 200, you're getting some other thing. We can report like some issue. That is how you can take care about in doing this API testing. In the similar way, just an example, assume that you got 201. If I'm taking with 201, request is created. Just only request is created. There is no response. If you are able to see that 201, then you can confirm that your request has been created. In the same way, just to understand, considering that 400, what exactly the request you done, considering that bad request 401, you can consider like taking with unauthorized here. In this way, lot of status codes are there. Whenever you are taking with that particular respective API testing, so based on that particular status code, you can confirm that, what exactly that particular result. You can confirm that what exactly that particular result. Just you can go through this particular document. You can understand that what are all different type of status codes will be there. So now the concept is the meaning of API testing. As part of API testing, what need to test? We need to test that request and response has been correct or not. That is what we have to do as part of API testing to confirm that that particular request and response has been working correctly or not, you are taking with the help of that particular status code. Okay. Now, if I'm taking with this particular API as simple, when you work with Java, we got Java methods. Selenium, we got Selenium related methods. In the same way, while working with API also, lot of methods are there related to the API. There are lot of methods are there, but in simple, the very regular API methods, the regular API methods, or we can consider that API request. The regular API methods or API requests, we can say that get method, and then we can mention that post method, and then we can say that put method, and we can say that taking with delete method. If I'm taking with this particular API, if I'm taking with this API in Selenium, how you got different type of methods, as an example of your send keys, navigate.to, get title, get text, how you got different type of methods. In the same way, while working API also, you are having different type of methods are there. Lot of methods are there, but mainly we targeted for 4 methods. What are that methods? Get method, post method, put method, delete method. Most of the time, as part of API testing, you will take care about in utilizing these methods here. In that get method, this get method, considering that this get method, considering that read only, considering that read only, sending with the request, and then getting response. The functionality of get method, read only, sending the request, and getting the response. So if I'm taking with this particular get method, we can consider that sending with the request and then getting the response. Similar to that post method, similar to that post method, considering that post method is new request. What is it? New request. Assume that you want to create new request to server. If you want to create new request to server, then you will be taking with this particular post method. If you want to take care about, having with this particular new request, then you will be taking with post method. Then you will be taking with put method, considering that updating the request. Put method, updating the request. Then you will be taking with delete method, considering that deleting the request. Lot of API methods are there. Lot of API methods are there, but that particular API methods, most of the time, very regularly, you need to take care about in utilizing these particular API methods here. That you will be taking with get method, and then taking with post method, and taking with put method, and considering that delete method. Okay. If I'm taking with get method, what is the functionality of get method? What is it? Considering that read only, sending with the request and getting with response. In the same way, we got this particular post method. What is the use of the post method? To create new request. If you want to create the new request to the server, or if you want to create new request, then you will be taking with post method. In the same way, you got an a put method. Meaning of the put method, updating the request. That particular put method, updating the request. In the same way, you got an a delete method. Meaning of delete method, what is it? Deleting the request. These are very common API methods for any API. You may work with any API. You may work with any API. These are the common methods you can utilize it. As an example, if I'm taking with that APIs, if I'm taking with that particular APIs, in a market, lot of APIs are there. Just an example, considering that the one you will be taking with SOAP UI, that is one API. That is one particular API which we can utilize for the testing purpose. In the same way, we can utilize one more API considering that Jersey. In the same way, we can utilize one more API considering that Postman. In the same way, we can utilize one more considering that taking with rest assured. So in this way, we can take care about, in this way, we can take care about in utilizing different type of APIs according to the project requirement or according to that particular client requirement. According to the client requirement or according to that particular project requirement, you can take care about in utilizing different kind of APIs here. So now, as part of our training program, we need to be get understand how we can utilize that particular Postman and taking with rest assured. We need to be get understand how exactly we can utilize that particular respective Postman and then taking with rest assured. That is what we need to be get understand how exactly we can take care about in utilizing these particular things here. So let's understand one by one. Let's understand one by one how we can go with Postman and then taking with rest assured. So as part of API testing, first we'll understand that Postman and after that we'll understand that rest assured. Now, as we are taking care about testing concept is same. Functional testing, non-functional testing, API testing or database, any testing, your concept is same. The way of approach you are following, that will be the same. That means if I'm taking with or if I'm considering API testing, any kind of testing, you can work. You will take care about expected result and will take care about actual result. Meaning of expected result. What is it? Result based on requirement document. Meaning of actual result. Result based on application. Both the results are same. Pass. Both the results are not same. Fail. In case of pass, go with another test case. In case of fail, bug reporting. All that concepts are same. Any kind of testing you are doing, any kind of testing you are doing, that particular concept is same. Again, as usual, this particular API testing also, any testing, it can go with in implementing in two ways. Any testing it can go with in implementing in two ways. In that first one, manual testing. Another one, what is it? Automation testing. Any kind of testing you are doing, any kind of testing you are working, your concepts are same. You will go with manual testing, automation testing, API testing also. It can go with manual testing, I'll go with automation testing. Manual testing, as it is same. Your manual testing started with requirements understanding. After that, test plan. After that, what is it? Test scenarios. After that, what is it? Test cases. After that, what is it? Test execution. After that, what is it? Bug reporting. After that, taking with test closure. So as part of API testing also, you have to take care about followed with the same. All these concepts you're already knowing. Knowing or not? You have been remembered all the concepts? Okay. The same thing will be followed. You have to take care about followed with the same. As usual, related to this API testing, according to that project, you have to refer the requirement. It'll take the plan. It'll take scenarios, cases, execution, and then bug reporting, test closure. All the concepts are same. Similar to that, if I'm taking with automation testing, meaning of automation testing, testing done by tool. But is that everything done by the tool? No. What need to be done? ఎందుకు ప్రింట్అవుట్ తీసుకో ప్రింట్అవుట్ వస్తుంది ఇప్పుడు వస్తే వర్క్ అవుతుందిగా నీకు మెయిల్ ఓపెన్ అవ్వదు కదా సరే ఒక 10 minutes ఆగు చేస్తాను ఫోన్ చేస్తాను see that. Now, if I'm taking with that particular automation testing, we can say that testing done by the tool. So, but while working with the tool, it's not like everything done by the tool. We have to take care about providing the instructions. So that instructions you are providing with the help of programming. As usual, while working this particular API testing also, you can follow with the same thing here. You need to take care about this particular manual testing and you can take care about this particular automation testing. for doing this particular manual testing. So all these particular manual testing, we are implementing, with the help of Postman. And this particular automation testing, the programming need to be done. Because of that, you are taking with that particular rest assured here. So all that particular manual we can understand with the help of Postman, and all that particular automation you can take care about in doing that particular rest assured. First we'll start with Postman. After that, very easily we can go with that particular rest assured here. Now, if I'm taking with this particular respective Postman, if I'm taking with this particular respective Postman, see that you have to take care about in understanding requirements. Who will provide the requirements? Team leader. Who will provide the requirements? Requirements are provided by client. So related to that respective project, related to that API also, what exactly the API you want to test it, that particular one, you have to take care about in referring with the requirements by providing with the client. When you are working with our manual testing, what is a project we done? Adapting manual, online banking, for automation, HRMS. It's not like this is like manual, this is automation. For your understanding purpose, I given the training in that way. But adapting application, we can go with manual automation. Online banking, manual automation. That HRMS also, manual and automation. For these projects, we can go with API testing. But if you want to go with API testing, that API need to develop related to that projects. For now, we don't have that API related to that projects. Because of that, for the easy understanding, to go with that particular API in an easy understanding, we are taking with one project so that it can take care about referring with that particular website. Make a note of this particular URL. If I'm taking with this particular application, this particular website, you got any fake data. For testing purpose, we can use, which has been giving real response. To work with API methods, to test that API methods, when you are working in the real time, how exactly the real response will be provided. The same thing you can understand by taking with the help of this particular project. Or you can consider like website, not like in a project. For understanding practice purpose, we can utilize this particular URL. Just make a note of this particular URL. Make a note of this. All out online students also, just make a note of that particular URL. Okay. Now we got that application, but apart from that, we have to take care about requirements. Requirements are provided by client. So that particular requirements need to be get provided by client. Now, for our practice, for our learning, we have to take care about that requirements. That particular requirements, having your SRS document, printout is there. Is there or not? From tomorrow, again, you need to be back with that particular printout. You have to take care about, you need to take care about that particular SRS document. If you refer that particular respective SRS document. If you refer that particular respective SRS document, just you can come down. So now you got an SRS document related to API. It can be any kind of applications similar to that. You will be having SRS document for any of the applications. In this way, you will be getting with requirement document here. As usual, again, you have to take care about in referring with that particular requirement document. You guys need to be get understand this particular requirement document, what it has been provided. Just again, go through this particular SRS document. See that according to this SRS document, whenever you are working with get method, get request, what should be the status code? 200. That means whenever you are testing the get method, your result should be 200. If it is 200, you'll consider the test case pass. Other than 200, you're getting another result. You'll consider as a fail. In the same way, for post method, what is the status code? Taking with 201. For put method, taking with 200. For delete method, taking with 204. So you guys need to go through that just while attending with the tomorrow session. Just go through all these particular one. Just see that what you can get understand. Refer this SRS document. Refer this particular SRS document. What is mean by all these particular things? At least you'll get understand some basic information, and after that I'll take care about in explaining how you can go with that particular manual testing and how we can go with that particular automation testing. All the concepts will be the same. You'll take care about that scenario template. You'll take care about test case template. You will do the execution. You will find the bugs. You need to report the bugs. Everything you're already knowing. Just you have to take care about with the respective of API. With the respective of API, how you can perform all these particular things, you need to be get comfortable. When you guys are working in the real time, when you are working in the real time, it's not like mandatory that only one tester will take care about all these things here. Different teams will be there, but as part of your interview and as part of your real time, you have to take care about all these things here. If you are having all these things in your resume, definitely it will give you added advantage here. So because of that, you have to take care about practice of all these things also. So from tomorrow, carry that particular printout of SRS document. Along with that, just go through that SRS document. What is the information is provided. So by that, tomorrow, first I'll take care about in discussing about concept of architecture. What is mean by that? One tier architecture, two tier, three tier, n tier. And tomorrow, you will get in a clear picture of why we have to take care about these many testings. Why not only one testing is enough? Why we need to take care about these many testings, that you will understand all the clear picture. And from tomorrow, we'll take care about that particular postman. And after that, we'll take care about rest assured. Once we done with the rest assured, then we'll take care about that particular database here. So all these are very small things. Previously, what you are already done. That is what I clearly mentioned. If you guys are getting comfortable with functional testing, what we done previously, remaining any of other things, very easily you can understand and very easily we can work on those things here. So the main target functional testing, once you get in a comfortable of that, any of other testing will follow the same step, just similar things you need to be get take care about it. So just take care about all these things here. Please spend some time related to the API testing also. Definitely it will give you added advantage for getting with the interview calls and to get clear your interviews also. So look into the practice, take care about all the things here. Okay.